Hi everyone, welcome to Ganadev. Here we will be discussing a current affair topic on social disease, and the topic is Assisted Reproductive Technology Regulation Bill and Surrogacy Regulation Bill. Okay, so recently Rajya Sabha passed both these Assisted Reproductive Technology Regulation Bill 2021 as well as this Surrogacy Regulation Bill 2020. So what do you mean by Assisted Reproductive Technology or ART? Assisted reproductive technology or ART. It refers to fertility treatments and procedures that can help with difficulties or an inability to conceive children. Simply, it refers to fertility treatments and procedures, and it offers various techniques like gamete donation, intra-uterine insemination, in vitro fertilization, intracytoplasmic sperm injection, pre-implantation genetic diagnostic, etc. So it provides these type of fertility treatment techniques. Okay, so you should aware of certain terms related to ART like ART clinics and ART banks. Okay, from the name itself, these ART clinics, these are clinics associated with the functioning of ARTs, and these ART banks, these are organizations that supply sperm or oocyte donors to these ART clinics. Okay, so let us discuss the importance of ART bill. Okay, there are so many ART clinics that have been running without regulation, and there are implications on the health of those who undertake the procedure. So there are so many ART clinics without registration. As a result, there is no monitoring mechanism in order to regulate this ART clinic, and these ART clinics involved in various unscientific or unsafe method of treatment. As a result, it will negatively affect the health of these participants. Okay, and India does not have standard protocols of ART clinics yet. So till now there is no standard protocols of ART in India, and so there is a need to regulate ART services in order to protect the affected women, to protect the affected women and children. Simply, it aims to stop unethical or exploitative practices. Okay. So this is the importance of ART bill. Okay. So let us discuss the important provisions under this bill. Okay. Under this bill, every ART clinic and bank must be registered under this National Registry of Banks and Clinics of India, and it will act as a central database for all facilities providing ART services in India. So every ART clinics and banks should be registered under this National Registry of Banks and Clinics, and this bill also aims to set up a National Assisted Reproductive Technology and Surrogacy Board. National Assisted Reproductive Technology and Surrogacy Board. Okay, and the functions of this board include: the board will advise the central government, review and monitor the implementation of the act, and it lay down the code of conduct for employees of clinics and bank, and it set minimum standards for infrastructure and other aspect of equipment and manpower and clinics and banks, and supervise the functioning of national registry, etc. And there is also state ART boards. These state ART boards, it will also be established to aid the national board at the state level. So the state ART board, it will assist this national board. Okay, so there is a National Registry of Banks and Clinics, and these ART banks and clinics should be registered under this national registry. And there is also a National Assisted Reproductive Technology and Surrogacy Board, and we have discussed the functions of this board. This board will advise the central government and review and monitor the implementation of the act. And there is also state ART boards. This board will assist the National Assisted Reproductive Technology and Surrogacy Board. Okay. Then, so the next provision is a woman can only donate oocytes once in her life, and not more than 7 oocytes can be retrieved from her. So a woman can only donate oocytes once in her life, and not more than 7 oocytes can be retrieved from her. Okay. And the next provision is ART services can only be provided after obtaining the written informed consent of the party seeking the ART services as well as the donor. So there should be a written informed consent from both these parties seeking the ART services as well as this donor in order to obtain these ART services. Okay. And this bill also provides some insurance coverage to these donors. The commissioning couple will be required to provide insurance coverage from an insurance company to these oocyte donor to cover specified losses, damage, complications or death of the donor during this process. Okay. Then the next provision is ART clinics are required to check for genetic diseases before the implantation of the embryo and cannot offer to provide a child of a predetermined sex. So it prohibits pre-sex determination. Okay. Then the next provision is rights of the child. It recognizes the rights of the child. A child born using ART is deemed the biological child of the commissioning couple or individual and is entitled to the same rights and privileges as a natural child. That means a child born using this ART is deemed as the biological child of this commissioning couple. So the child should be considered as a biological child of this commissioning couple. Okay. Then there are some offences and penalties are provided under this act, like the provision of sex selective ART. It will be punishable with imprisonment for a term that may extend between 5 and 10 years. So there should be some offences, provisions for some offences and penalties, especially in the case of sex selective ART. Okay. So these are some provisions under these important provisions under this ART bill. So let's revise again. So under this bill, every ART clinic and bank must be registered under this National Registry of Banks and Clinics, and this bill also aims for a National Assisted Reproductive Technology and Surrogacy Board. Then we have discussed the functioning of this board, and there is also a state ART boards in order to assist this national board. Then a woman can only donate oocytes once in her life and not more than 7 oocytes can be retrieved from her, and ART services can only be provided after obtaining a written informed consent from these parties seeking ART services as well as the donor. Then there is also insurance coverage to this donor, and it prohibits the pre-sex determination. Okay. Then it recognizes the rights of the child, because a child born using this ART is deemed as a biological child of this commissioning couple, and there are some provisions for these offences and penalties, especially in the case of sex selective ARTs. Okay. So we have discussed these ART bill and its provisions. Now let's move on to the Surrogacy Regulation Bill 2020. So this bill defines surrogacy as a practice where a woman can give birth to a child for an intending couple with the intention to hand over the child after the birth to the intending couple. So, this surrogacy, under this bill, the surrogacy as a practice where a woman gives birth to a child for an intending couple with the intention to hand over the child after the birth to the intending couple. So, this bill prohibits commercial surrogacy. This bill prohibits commercial surrogacy, but it allows altruistic surrogacy. Okay, so this bill prohibits commercial surrogacy, but it allows altruistic surrogacy. In this altruistic surrogacy, there is no monetary compensation to this surrogate mother. No monetary compensation to the surrogate mother. Okay, and this bill provides some eligibility criteria for this intending couple. The intending couple should have a certificate of essentiality and eligibility issued by the appropriate authority. So, there should be a certificate of essentiality and a certificate of eligibility issued by the appropriate authority for this intending couple. And there is a provision under this 2019 bill. This 2019 bill provides for, or it is stated that only a closed relative woman, a relative of the couple can be a surrogate mother, but this provision was deleted. This provision is deleted, and it allows, this bill allows any willing woman to be a surrogate mother. Okay, so under this provision, or sorry, under this bill, it provides for any willing woman to be a surrogate mother. Okay, so surrogacy is allowed for only Indian married couples. So, this surrogacy is allowed for only Indian married couples. In a 2015 notification, it prohibits commissioning of surrogacy in India by foreigners or OCA or PI cardholders, but NRIs holding Indian citizenship can avail surrogacy, because these NRIs are Indian citizens, so they can avail the surrogacy facility in India, but these foreigners or OCA, overseas citizen of India, or persons of Indian origin, these people cannot obtain these type of surrogacy facility in India. Okay, but so these surrogacy is allowed only for Indian married couple. Then these National Surrogacy Board and registration of surrogacy clinics, and this type of information we have already discussed in this ART bill. Okay, so here also provides a National Surrogacy Board as well as the registration of surrogacy clinics, and there is a provision of parentage and abortion of surrogate child, and it provides that an abortion of the surrogate child requires the written consent of the surrogate mother and the authorization of the appropriate authority. So, there requires for the abortion of the surrogate child, it requires the written consent of the, for abortion there requires some written consent of the surrogate mother and the authorization of the appropriate authority. Okay, so this surrogacy is allowed only for these Indian married couple, and foreigners, OCA or PIA card holders, they are not, they cannot obtain the surrogacy facility in India. And this bill also provide some bodies like National Surrogacy Board, and these clinics, surrogacy clinics should be registered under this authority, and this parentage and abortion of surrogate child, an abortion of surrogate child requires a written consent of the surrogate mother and the authorization of this appropriate authority. Okay, and it also provides some insurance coverage, like insurance for 36 months. Okay, so in case of surrogacy, the government has made it mandatory to provide insurance for 36 months, so that any post-birth complications of physical and mental health issues could be taken care of. So, this bill also provides some insurance coverage. Then it provides some penalty, then there are some provisions related to penalties. It have also been prescribed so as to curb, in order to curb exploitation. So, for unethical practices, a penalty of 5 to 10 lakh will be levied on a first time offender, and a fine of 10 to 20 lakh or imprisonment of 8 years has been prescribed for a repeat offender. So, simply this bill provide for penalty provisions. Okay. So, these are the main provisions under this surrogacy bill. So, let us revise again. This bill prohibits commercial surrogacy, but it allows altruistic surrogacy. Altruistic surrogacy means it involves no monetary compensation to the surrogate mother, and it provides some eligibility criteria for the intending couple. The intending couple should have a certificate of eligibility or certificate of essentiality in order to obtain these facilities, and it allows any willing woman to be surrogate mother, because in 2019 bill which is stated that only a close relative of the couple can be a surrogate mother, but this provision was deleted, and here in this bill it allows any willing woman to be a surrogate mother. Then surrogacy is allowed for only Indian married couple. So, these foreigners, OCA or PAO card holders, they cannot avail the benefit of these surrogacy facilities in India. Then it provides a national surrogacy board, and these surrogacy clinics should be registered under this registry, the authority. Then parentage and abortion of surrogate child and abortion of the surrogate child requires written consent of the surrogate mother and the authorization of the appropriate authority. Okay. Then it provides some insurance coverage, like insurance for 36 months, and it also provides some penalties in order to avoid exploitation. Okay. So, these are some important provisions under the surrogacy regulation bill. Okay. So, what is the difference between ART bill and surrogacy regulation bill? In this surrogacy regulation bill, it relates to surrogacy and infertility treatment, and it involves a third person. Okay. Third person means a surrogate mother involved in this case of surrogacy, but in ART process the treatments can be availed by the commissioning couple themselves. So, in the ART process the commissioning, it involves commissioning couple themselves. There is no requirement of there can be availed by commission couple themselves, and it is not always necessary that a third person is involved. So, there is not always required third person in the case of ART. Okay. And surrogacy is allowed for only Indian married couples. So, surrogacy is only allowed for Indian married couple. But ART procedures are open to married couples, live-in partners, single women, and also foreigners. So, this surrogacy is allowed only for Indian married couple, but this ART, this procedure can be available for foreigners as well. Okay. So, these are the main difference between the surrogacy bill as well as this ART bill. The surrogacy bill, it relates to surrogacy and infertility treatment, where a third person or a surrogate mother involved, and in ART the treatments can be availed by the commissioning couple themselves, and it is not always necessary that a third person is involved. And this the second difference is surrogacy is allowed only for the Indian married couple, but in ART procedures these are open to married couples, live-in partners, single women, and also foreigners. Okay. Let us discuss some concerns regarding these bills. The first concern is the bill allows for a married heterosexual couple and a woman above the age of marriage to use ARTs, and excludes single men and LGBTQ plus individuals and couples from accessing these ARTs. So, this bill excludes single men and LGBTQ individuals and community from accessing this ART. So, it violates fundamental rights like Article 14 equality before law and Article 21 right to life with dignity. Okay. And there was also a Supreme Court judgment like Devika Bishwas versus Union of India case. Under this Devika Bishwas versus Union of India case, Supreme Court has said that right to reproduce is a fundamental right. Right to reproduce is a fundamental right. So this bill violates this Supreme Court verdict as well. Okay. So the first concern is related to the difference in accessibility of these ART facilities. Okay. So the next concern is both surrogacy and ART bills will set up multiple bodies for registration, which will result in duplication or worse lack of regulation. So both these surrogacy bill as well as this ART bills, it will set up multiple bodies for registration, and it may lead to some overlapping issues, overlapping of functions. As a result, it will negatively affect the functioning of smooth functioning of these bodies. Okay. And the next concern is it takes away women's reproductive choice. It takes away women's reproductive choice, because this law takes away from the right of women to make their own reproductive choices and the right of persons to parenthood. And this bill also denies an option to women who want to opt for surrogacy and make it as a practice. So there's women want to opt for surrogacy and make it as a practice, but this bill denies this option. Okay, so these are some concerns regarding these bills. So we have discussed the provisions and concerns regarding these bills, and here you can think of the solutions in order to solve these problems or concerns, and also you can write your ideas in the comment section. Okay, thank you.